up to Malmö, which is about 17 jumps away. 17 jumps at Eve can take any amount of time really. Half hour to an hour, depending on the speed of the ship. So I'm still moving all my PI stuff out of LowSec. People were asking me what's the point in, you know, having Planetary interaction on your accounts, and obviously it's free money because it happens in the background. You can still run your missions, do your mining, whatever it is that you do to make money in Eve, you can still do. But if you take aside a few days just to set up a few planets, plan it out, you can have a nice second income. I mean, I get around 150 to 250 a week, depending on how often I cycle the pins. And when this first came out, it was a lot of effort. But since they put in the ability to set the pins to run for 2 weeks, that does actually make it quite useful. You don't get as much yield, but then it doesn't drain the planet so bad. So in a way, it's better to have it on the 2-week cycle. You do have to move the pins about every now and then, but the design of my installations is such now that it doesn't really matter if you have to move the extraction heads. It's not too costly. But yeah, so we're just warping on our way back to Malmö for the last video. I'm just going to shut down all the planets on this character. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to warp all the way there, and then I'll resume the video, because this is going to take some time. So, back in a sec. So here we are in Rolls, which is Galent Federation space. My main alt is an enemy of the Galent Federation, so I won't be able to just hang around like this. Normally I'd have the police all over me. But that's because I'm an Amar, and I've done a lot of fighting for the Caldari, who were at war with the Galent. I just thought I'd take a minute because, you know, it's pretty epic. They put a lot of effort into these star fields, and it looks a lot like the data that we've gotten back from the Hubble telescope. Obviously it's artistic, it's not real, but it looks pretty damn good. And every jump you take, you actually get a little bit closer. So, and then obviously further away, and they get bigger or smaller. And I think there's 4 or 5 of them to see, all with different artwork, which is quite cool. A nebula effect. Anyway, back into cloak. So 6 jumps to go, and then I'll be able to start evacuating. Warping to the Malmö dock, where we currently, well, I've just closed the office actually. We used to have an office there so that characters could all trade into one account, and obviously everyone would put all their PI stuff in the hangar, and then one character would do all the advanced processing on one planet that was just dedicated for that. We ended up with 2 because we had so much materials. Science and industry, planets tab. So what have we got? We've got Shipers in. Have a quick look at that. I haven't really bothered looking at things in any detail, so I thought I might quickly just go over what's going on here. So on this character, here I've made him all barren planets. I'd have another character with lava and another one with barren. Turns out that barren was rarer than the, I'll just show you. As you can see here, noble metals is what we need. So if I just do a quick scan of the planet, those are the hot spots. This is quite a long time ago when I was doing this, but no, they're still on a hot spot. So you can see what I've done. I've got the extractor on a 30-day program. That's what it would be on, with all the heads just slightly overlapping at that point I would come in and recycle everything. So come in, just literally come into this planet, you click on here, install, and that's all you do. But we're not doing that today. Today we're getting rid of them. So I can't remember, I think I have to be in the system to order a launch. But anyway, the extractor, this line here, and obviously I only have to move the extractor heads if the hotspot moves. But as you can see, the link comes from the extractor head into spaceport or a launch pad. The launch pads then feed into the command center, and the command center then feeds into a launch pad with a link. Sorry, that's not a launch pad. A barren basic industrial facility which currently needs noble metals to produce precious metals. So obviously the extractor heads come in, feed this spaceport, the goods go through here and into the plant, and then once the plant's finished, it's routed to go to the other spaceport. So goods in, processing, goods out, and then obviously we would order a launch. I don't think it's going to let me. No, you have to be in the system to order a launch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to launch these goods out and then pick them up in my ship, and then I'm just going to decommission. And I could just decommission it from here, but it seems a little wasteful to lose these materials, so that's the reason I'm going through all this pain. So I figure it's going to be the same sort of story on Charles. Yeah, goods there. See, these will be the tricky ones, Gonditza, because Gonditza is on the actual on the border, which is where people like to just sit around and wait for people like me doing exactly what I'm doing. Got a lot there. I don't know if I'll fit that all in one run. Yeah. Right, so yeah. So that's what I'm doing. So I think I should pick Shipers in first. Okay. Let's go. The other reason I put my office in Malna as opposed to Berdesopt, which would be closer to the border, is, well, exactly that. If I'm seen coming in and out a lot, people will know I'll be back soon. But if it takes me just that little bit longer to get to my base and back, people will lose interest and move on. So, also, I like this particular area because you go Gonditza, Shipers in, and then go to Shalm in like a triangle and then come back to Gonditza, which basically means that you don't have to come in and out the same gate in the border system. You can come out through the system, out of one gate, and then come back through an entirely different gate. So if someone's just waiting for you, that's not going to work. What's this? We've got a viator, two viators. That'll be interesting. So, planning device, let's go. I'm invisible, so if they pop in, you can see me. Yeah, I think they're camping the gate all the way back. Oh no, there he is. But you won't know which way I went because that's closed. So I'm just going to hope that he doesn't guess. I did look it up actually, I'm wrong. These ships are as fast as interceptors. They do 9 AUs per second, so they are very fast in warp. Plus I think I've got skills that might make that a little bit quicker. No one here unless they're cloaked. That's the other thing, can't really tell. It could be someone cloaked. station from or up towards anything like in space and go somewhere else, sometimes you can get caught on what you're trying to leave from. So if you go back the way you came, it just does a 180 and goes straight backwards, which means you don't get caught up. Anyway, right, so my Scheiben's in, so I'm going to walk to the customs office. I'm now going to look at the planet while I'm walking. And now I'm going to look at the planet. And now this is a kind of race against time. While my ship is walking to the planet, I've got to... That's an in system. I've got to launch... 147k, that's done. And then decommission this place before I get there. Because I'll decloak. Submit, it's done. Now I should be pulling up. Ah, here we go, here's customs. Open this. Drop all that on my cargo. And now, Gonditza, warp. Oh, blimey. Come on, turn. Probably right on the back of me. Come on, warp. Can't cloak. Yeah. Mission successful. Now I'm just going to run that blockade. And I'm good to go. See, I prefer it when you never see anybody in this game because people are troublesome. Oh look, we've got a gate camp, a Omen Navy issue and a Demos. Come on guy, you need to warp. Woohoo! Oh, such a good feeling when you get away. Okay, right, there's going to be more of them here. No, there isn't more of them here. Right, let's get out of here, man. Burnersoft, go. Ooh. See, if I was in an industrial, I would have been dead 3 times by now. And the amount of skill points you have to put into training for these, you know, you've earned it. Can't remember what the requirements are exactly, but there's a couple of level 5s at least, I'm sure. But saying that, this is an alt, so it's not even my main account, it's just one of the other 2. By the way, whenever I say an alt or my other 2 characters, I'm referring to I've got 1 paid account and you get 3 characters in the account. I've got 1 main which I've always played, and then 2 which I just occasionally mess about in that don't matter. And I took a decision when PI came out to train them up for planetary interaction, and then when I found that it was better in low sec, I trained them up for transport ships. It seemed like a pretty obvious choice really, considering their advantages. So we're going to Malma. Had to train them in contracts as well, because initially I was contracting everything. Now I've closed the office, I'll have to do that again. So yeah, now we're in sort of 0.5, we're relatively safe. So if I open up this character sheet, let's just have a quick look see here. So I know under Spaceship Command, you've got to have Caldari Industrial level 5. Transport ships level 3. What else? Pretty sure there's more. This is all bare minimum skills, you see, so it'd be easy for a newbie to train all this. Industry 5, yeah, you've got to have Industry 5. Nothing in gunnery. Nothing. Nothing there. Electronics, level 4 cloaking, level 4 electronics. That'd be for the cloaking device. I think that's pretty much it, to be honest. Yeah, what, 3 or 4 level 5s? I mean, if you look at the total skill points on this clone, 1.7 million. So, you know, that's not hard to get in a couple of months, maybe less. Nah, a couple of months. So anyway, let's dock up at our home station. Malma, dock. Let's get a nice shot. 1 I'm going to do the others off screen because I just did that in like major detail. There's no need to actually do all of that so many times. So, well, I might record it if something nasty happens, but otherwise I'm just going to edit it out. So, I will catch you back here when I've finished cleaning all these planets up. In a bit.